वंदे मातरम। हर हर महादेव। जय जय श्री राधे। जय श्री राम। आप सभी लोगों का स्वागत है आज की लाइव चर्चा में। तो मेरा प्लान है कि मैं इसको इंग्लिश में रखूं so that I can reach a wider audience. Right? If there are some international audiences listening to it, they can also join in. Right? So since this is a global issue which we are going to discuss today, so it will be apt that I speak in English. So we will start with a lot of geopolitical updates and how Blunder surrender Modi is now screwing up our country, Bharat. And as I have already maintained that you must have seen my past 300, 350 videos where I've been constantly talking of Illuminati, plant chaos, and the Masonic theater which we are witnessing right now. So let me start with a disclaimer by saying that this video is only for those who believe or who trust the conspiracy theories, right? And now these are not no more conspiracy theories. Illuminati is not a conspiracy theory, it is an actual reality. These bloodlines which control the world, the Hegelian dialectic model, the fake world wars, the propaganda war which we are witnessing right now. So all this is not conspiracy theory. These are all actual realities, which I have been studying for more than 12 years. And with full confidence, I can tell you, after exhaustively going through the documents of Illuminati, their plans, their agendas, I can say that there are many things you can predict about the future. So the geopolitical updates. Let's start with geopolitical updates. So the first update should be coming from the Iran-Israel war, right? Iran-Israel war, Iran-Israel-US war. Now, on the surface, what you're witnessing is that Iran is giving a bloody nose to Israel and the US. US and Israel have been constantly bombarding Iran, but they miscalculated Iran's strength, blah, blah, blah. Last year, US and Israel together they dropped a big bomb on the Iran's nuclear facilities and said that its nuclear facilities has been destroyed. So this is again part of the propaganda war. So actually, this is there are many things which the Illuminati is achieving, which no analyst, nobody will tell you. The main aim of the Illuminati is to go for Agenda 2030, where they want to see that the world's population is destroyed by more than 90%. And there are only few remaining people on earth who are their loyal master servants with a very transhumanistic attitude, right? They don't want the conservatives, the traditionalists, people who follow dharma, which is actually the people from Bharat. Bharatvarsh. So Illuminati or the deep state or the globalist or the corporation, they don't want to see traditionalist, cultural, indigenous people, right, who have a rich past history. They want a transhumanistic agenda and which is completely dependent on AI, artificial intelligence. So yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. Give me 2 minutes. There is some disruption. I'll rejoin in 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. So now we can continue. So this war has been started keeping the Agenda 2030 in mind. Last year also Iran was born just to show that Israel and US has a lot of power, and this was a precursor exercise to prepare for the next year's target. Iran has suddenly retaliated, gone wild, and it has become so powerful that it has been able to target Israel repeatedly, US bases repeatedly, and many American soldiers have also died. So, what does it tell you? What does it tell you? It shows that this is part of the planned chaos theory. Slowly and slowly, the gambit of war will expand. Iran has targeted the Middle East, many Gulf states, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and now it is going to maybe attack Azerbaijan and Turkey also. So the scope of war will keep on expanding. Russia and China has been supporting Iran from the back end, and the main target of the Americans seems to be China. It wants to contain China, and in doing so, they will keep on continuing this war so that people of the world suffer. The global economy goes for a toss. Strait of Hormuz has been closed, and the global oil prices have jumped to three figures. In the case of India, it has jumped to $140, which used to be $60, right? We used to be procuring petrol from Russia at $60, or maybe less than $60, $55 also. That has suddenly now jumped to $140 because Mr. Blunder Modi and Surrender Modi, who is a CIA mole, is a globalist mole. He has done certain deals with who has done certain deals with the Israelis and the Americans. I don't know what secrets people say his name is appearing in Epstein files. He has some secrets which the Americans have. blah blah blah, and so it is being exploited. All these things is being murmured among the political circles. Politically, I know Modi is now finished, right? He is just surviving on his blackmail tactics, on his powers. Just now, yesterday, he has closed down a very prominent media house, which used to exist for last 40 years. Some UNI or something, I don't know much, but they have a newspaper called Statesman, and that has been closed down. Delhi police raided their offices and mishandled their staff. So many things has been going on, and many social media accounts have been closed down, and this is being done by every government. Americans are doing it, the British government is doing with its citizens. So we, the human race, which do not fall, which do not accept the boundaries of a nation, right? Those who have been fighting against the Illuminati, they all know the reality, that this is all a Masonic theater, a drama which is going on. So we are seeing a very fixed match between all these parties. Some argue that how can Iran be part of that gang? So it's very simple. Iran was the first to implement COVID-19 and accept Corona as a pandemic. And it accepted many free vaccines on behalf. Just give me a second. It accepted many free vaccines in the name of Corona and COVID. So, which goes to show that the Iranian deep state or the Iranian leadership was in cahoots with the Illuminati, because they knew that if you take this mRNA vaccine, people are not going to live for long. Slowly, slowly, are seeing heart attacks in children, women, youngsters also. So this is all the effect of the vaccine.
Wow.
But see how the gag order was passed in 2021. Anybody who opposed vaccine, he was jailed, he was tortured, he or she was tortured. Right? Even children were forced to take the vaccine. And now the government says that we never forced anybody. It was all voluntary, right? Didn't it say? It said. I was the first in India to warn people in 2019 itself that a pandemic is coming. Please save yourself, especially the Hindu community, which is a target, which is the number one target of the Illuminati, because we are the only ones who follow dharma. But most of the Hindus have abandoned dharma. They just want to copy, make shortcuts, and are highly materialistic. The Charvak theory, which I gave, right? So this communist capitalist model of Charvaks won't survive much. Anyway, I'll not go into the philosophy today. So coming back, the Strait of Hormuz has been closed not by Iran. It has been closed in collaboration with the Americans and the Israelis, right? And these Gulf states, these Emiratis, the Sheikhs, the elites, they are all part of the Illuminati, and that's why they have all run away and pretending as if there's a lot of chaos, while the local people are dying. Similar is the case in Iran, where the Israelis bombed a girls' school, right, a primary girls' school, and almost 150 children and some of their parents died in that attack. So how satanic, right? These are monsters in the name of religious identities, patriotism. All these are fake terms to kill another human being, right? I'm patriotic, so I want to kill another countryman. I'm a Jew, or I'm a Hindu, or I'm a Muslim, and that's why I want to kill somebody else. So this kind of attitude is what? Is the attitude of the monsters. Anyway, so going back to now the geopolitical game which is being played, the game is that they want to close down the energy resources, especially those of China. China is right now buying a lot of oil from Russia, but US wants that Russia and China should never come together. So the US is trying to break Russian and Chinese partnership. Russia is definitely benefiting from this war. Russian oil, which was not in demand, is now suddenly in very huge demand. And Russians, instead of selling it $55, they are now selling it for 80 to $100. India was one of the biggest blunders, and Indians have suffered a big setback. The total loss of India in this war, in this Israel-Iran US war, the total loss estimated is somewhere around 20 lakh crores. 20 lakh crores of Indian economy will go down the drain. Stock market you're seeing is witnessing a major collapse. So according to me, the world economy will go into a recession, and the inflation will be very high in the coming next 6 months. I won't be surprised that diesel and petrol in India start selling for 500 rupees a liter. I won't be surprised, because this is what the Illuminati has written in their documents 40 years back, that this is how we are going to plan the Agenda 2030. So they will create a lot of inflation, artificial shortages, kill people, and create a propaganda of fear and intimidation. And I am dead sure that next year, mind my words, a civil war is coming to India, where at least 300 million, 30 crore Hindus will be killed. I am making a very bold and a very controversial prediction, but what I can see, what I can analyze, what I can connect the dots, and the documents and the study of the Illuminati says that this is going to happen, because our enemy in India, in Bharat, which has been highly weaponized and organized, the militias, they are all united. They have all the latest weapons, the intelligence, the network to kill the Hindus. And Hindus have never learned anything from their past. They don't have a leader, they don't have a network, they don't have the resources, they don't have the weaponry to fight back. So, what will they do? They will do nothing. They will be setting ducks and die fighting each other. And the government and the Illuminati knows how to divide the Hindus, right? They keep on playing the caste card. You have a caste system, caste system, caste system. I was much ahead in my prediction. 8 years back, I had predicted that, sorry, I had suggested that Hindus should say that we never had a caste system. I'm sorry, There was itching in my back, so I had to. And now many of my terminologies, many of my concepts are now being copied by these bastards. J. Sai Deepak, this Ami Ganatra, this Amish Tripathi, this Rajiv Malhotra. All these fake intellectuals are now copying my content, right? So you must have seen that Sai Deepak, Joker Sai Deepak has written an op-ed that you know Hindus never have a caste system. And when I went to this moron in 2017 that please support my case and let's work together, and I have proposed that there is no caste system, he made a fun of me and he was laughing and saying, "What's wrong in being a charvak? What's wrong in being a charvak? That doggy Kushal Mehra, that dog who proudly claims he is a charvak, who keeps on abusing Hindus, Hindu Devi Devtas." I still remember he was sitting with that ex-Muslim Iranian guy, Amin, or what is his name, and they were making fun of Ma Kali. Navratro is going on. Otherwise, I would have really bashed that fellow. They make fun of Hindus just because their Maulana Modi has become the prime minister. They think this country is now a slave to them. But remember, you all aren't bhakts. Karma will never leave you. Remember that. We supported Modi and we are paying that price. You will also pay a heavy price. I know what is going to happen with you, but I will not warn you right now. Keep on enjoying. There is a time coming. Time is ticking, and your turn will come. You won't escape. Run to London, run to Canada, run to Singapore. Wherever you want, you run. Karma will catch you. Don't worry. So, coming back to the discussion, so it's very easy to keep on dividing the Hindus, right? Lower caste, upper caste, reservations, and Ambedkar and Phule and this and that, Savarkar, Falana, Dimka, and all those nonsense. So the Hindus are completely lost and confused. They are a sitting duck and they will be butchered. I have been maintaining this since 2019 that this is going to happen, and my prediction was it will happen in 2022, but it never happened. That Shaheen Bagh protest in 19 was just a trailer. So they were mapping out spots and the response of the Hindu community, right? Muslims were gazing. So if you see Shaheen Bagh protest, they were literally on air and on public, on roads, they were abusing Hindus. And there was nobody to counter them. In fact, many of the Hindu, so-called Hindu uh, farmer leaders and charwaks and communists, joined that in the name of secularism. BJP naturally is a communist party, and they also hate Hindus, so that is why that movement Bhagmat keeps on suggesting Hindus to eat beef, to keep on supplying their girls to Muslim men, so that you know we can live harmoniously. So this is all their tactics to divide the Hindu community. But the foolish Hindus are so mesmerized and so emotionally outburst. They think, oh, RSS is now going to save the Hindus. Oh, Modi ji is working for the Hindu cause. Right, he's a Hindutva champion, blah, blah, blah. But right from 1925, when the Illuminati created RSS, till today, RSS has destroyed Hindus like anything. Muslims could not do and achieve what the RSS achieved against the Hindus. The Christian missionaries could not achieve what these backstabbers have achieved, right? And their Andabhaks, like this Ami Ganatra, this Madhu Kishwar, this Rajiv Malhotra, all these bastards, Kushal Mehra, that Abhijit Iyer Mitra, he's a hardcore Marxist. And many other, many, there are many layers. This Pushpendra Khan, then this, that Sandas Ki Dukan, that Sandeep Dev, then that Sharma from Jammu, Ajay Sharma, what was his name? All this Ekjut Jammu and this, he made this Tanatan party, right? Ekam Sanatan, all these bastards, they are all part of the gang, right? They pretend to, you know, behave as if they are criticizing BJP. They are all part of the same ecosystem. Never trust anybody. Fight your own war. Stick to dharma. You should know what is dharma. I have given a very beautiful and a simple explanation of dharma. Follow only Bhagwanji. So anyway, again I am digressing. So this Strait of Hormuz and all this is being closed so that the world economy suffers, inflation rises, and people start fighting each other. Deep State has many lobbies, many agents, boots on the ground to create civil unrest and create a civil war within the society with the help of the government. So the movements will be created as such that people are against the government. The government is trying to protect the citizens, but actually it's again a Hegelian dialectic co-opted model where together they will kill the innocent people like you and me, right? Who are not affiliated to anybody. So we have to be very neutral and we have to be very careful. But how will we survive unless and until we have our own system, own network, and own strength? Person alone cannot fight, right? A single family cannot fight. So you need a big strength. And this is where my worry is that Hindus, in their ego, in their self misery, they will not be able to unite. Anyway, let's forget that. So going back to after the civil war has been done, this one world government will be implemented, digital payment systems, microchips inserted into the bodies. This will become permanent, and those who do not comply will be straight away sent to hell. Mark my words, after 2030, those who do not comply to the digital way of slavery will either be butchered or they will be tortured and eliminated from the system. And this is how this one world government will come to power. And by 2047, they want to see to it that the transhumanist movement is complete, where people are using many electronic gadgets in their bodies. The age of computers, the age of cell phones, and all those will disappear. Everything will be visible on your body. You will have projectors on your hand from where you can dial somebody, you can call, you can see the internet, blah blah blah. Everything will be available on your body, and this is called transhumanist movement, where human comes in sync, in situ with the digital electronic system. So all the semiconductor chips will be inserted in our body. So this I'm talking about 2047, and this will be done slowly after 2030. Palantir is the biggest monster which has been deployed by the Illuminati. This Palantir is keeping an eye on the 8 billion humans, and we all are a form of data collection points for them. They have been studying us, how we react, how we behave, and each individual is being mapped with the help of AI. So this video which I'm making, they're collecting my data, how I appear, what do I speak, how many views do I generate, how popular I am, how well versed I am with their agenda. All those things is being watched, and it's not only with me; it is being watched for every individual on this planet. So some of the smart asses who think that by switching off the digital system, they will be saved. No, you will not be saved. You are being watched somehow or the other, either through CCTV cameras, or either through smart meters, or through smart refrigerators, smart ACs, anything smart device, they are watching you. So all these things is part of their agenda. Now coming back to the local politics of India or Bharat. So Blunder Modi was selected in 1992. See how long back they selected this fellow. So 20 years back, they selected this fellow. They knew that this is a dumbass Gujarati, Guju, who will, follow their orders for money and for you know, some honey trap woman. And so this fellow was trained in US. He used to stay in US. He himself has said in his past interviews that I have traveled every state of the US. There are 50 states in the US. So where did that money come from? And especially in 92s, when the Indian economy was at a very, very nascent stage. So this fellow was fully trained, and he was sent back and he was planted, and slowly he was promoted. He became chief minister. His Under his watchful eyes, the Gujarat riots became prominent as an international news, while actually riots in Gujarat were a very, very frequent case, right? In Gujarat, right from 1930s till 2002, till the famous Gujarat riots, every year used to be 2 or 3 riots in Gujarat, because Gujarat has many Muslim gangsters and underworld operatives who have good connections in Pakistan. They used to operate through Karachi and Ahmedabad and the Kutch region. So this Gujarat riots was made an international issue, and Mohammad Das Modi was promoted as a very, very big figure for the Hindus, as a Hindutva icon. Oh, see how he butchered the Muslims. Well, actually, if you see the figures, almost 800 Hindus were killed by the police of the by Gujarat police. So can you imagine that how come if Muslims were butchered, then Hindus were killed? And the most funny part is that after these Gujarat riots, the constant bashing of Modi continued. You remember Arnab Goswami used to be leading Times Now. And Times Now every day, I still remember, every day I used to watch 9 p.m. The main show of Arnab Goswami was that the nation wants to know why Gujarat riots, Modi did nothing. He's culpable, blah 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 blah. And this was all part of the brainwashing MK Ultra program, where it was fed into the minds of every Hindu, including me, that Modi is the right choice for the Hindus. Only he can save us, right? Because in India, as per the constitution of this Islamic India, Darul Harb India, Hindus are third class citizens. I have proven in my previous videos 100 times that this constitution is totally biased against the Hindus. It does not even recognize dharma. I was the first to say that Hindus do not follow religion, Hindus follow dharma. We follow only dharma and adharma. And dharma and adharma concept does not mean religion, right? Adharma does not mean secularism. So all these fake concepts, these all, I was the only one in India to bust them. And I cried after 2015. I went to each and every intellectual, all these fake intellectuals, that please support me. I want to save Hindu. They all made fun of me. Everybody just said, you take money, and you co-opt with us. You gain power, you will plant you somewhere, we'll offer you this post, we'll make you this. But don't talk about dharma, don't talk about Hindus. And I flatly refused. I don't want to make money from adharma. But the problem was the Hindus also never supported me. Many of my ideas from YouTube were stolen by everybody. And when I confronted them, their reply was either abuse me, either block me, or either try to show indifference. Anyway, this is God's choice. Let Bhagwan decide what will be their fate. I did my karma. And Modi was planted and he became the icon, and the rest of the story you all know. And in 2014, we all believe that since he has become the prime minister, something good will happen. 2013, I met him for a brief 5 minutes, and I just told him, sir, you are going to be the next prime minister. At least do some reforms in the education sector. Please revive the history, all this fake history, and let Hindus know their real ancestors, how our ancestors fought these Malechas, how many of them got converted into Muslims and Christians. He said, yeah, yeah, I will do that. I will do that. And after that, nothing. After becoming the prime minister, his famous dialogue is that we have not even changed full stop comma in the history books. So this is how their agenda was. And again, we were backstabbed. But I got angry because of this and bucks, the bootlickers, the asswipes, and the sidekicks of Modi, who, in their quest for his acceptance, started abusing us, right? As if we do not matter to them. We are all disposable animals. Our emotions, our hard work, our fight for dharma has no value. So by 2014 December, I came to know about Illuminati, and slowly I started reading. I paid a lot of attention, and within 3 4 months, I gathered lot and lots and lots and lots of information about how this world operates, and everything became very clear to me. Anyway, I again digress from the main issue. So the main issue is that Epstein file is now at the back burner. Right? Everybody has forgotten about the Epstein files. And I also want to share one theory which I feel is, why was it that Illuminati allowed the Epstein file to be released and to be made? Because they wanted to create an impression that, there is rule of law in US. There is rule of law for the elites also. And actual agenda was to replace the older puppets with new ones. So all these old puppets were to be replaced, and you have seen many of them got replaced. Justin Trudeau was replaced. Um, Angela Merkel in Germany was replaced. Modi was also told that you should sit down, but he had agreed that, yeah, I want to continue. But sooner or later, when his use for the Illuminati goes down to zero, he becomes a liability. Modi will also be sidestepped, right? He will be removed from his post, and the Illuminati will plant another puppet in his place. They have already selected a person in his place, and he is soon going to, by this year end, you will see that he will be replaced and some other fellow becomes the Prime Minister of Islamic India. Agenda remains the same, nothing is going to change. All the bureaucracy, judiciary, the executives, all is, they are all compliant to the Illuminati, to the deep state, to the globalist corporation. So this is my theory of the Epstein files, and same things will happen with Trump. So Trump will be, you see, midterm elections coming, he is going to lose power by a big margin, and he will be replaced. Many of his Republicans will abandon him sooner or later, and some another puppet will be put in place. So if you see, this is all part of the new world order, where in the name of multilateralism, multipolarism, all these jargons, the Illuminati will have more control over the 8 billion or 8.5 billion humans on the planet. They have already captured most of the forests, water resources, natural resources, energy resources into their control. And they want to flush out all the non-productive human species. They feel that 8.5 billion humans are a burden on planet Earth, and so only 1 billion or less than 1 billion should, remain. So the whole planning, whole exercise for this new world order is the depopulation agenda. Earlier, I could not speak all those things because YouTube used to restrict my videos. Many of my videos, around 30, 40 videos, have been, you know, suspended or eliminated, discarded by YouTube, and I have received several warnings, and that's the reason why I stopped making videos. So I don't come very frequently, because if I come frequently, YouTube algorithm will block me. So I come once in a while, and I don't have much audience also, which is a very big boon for me, because the algo is not able to capture my content. So I am not a priority for them. So this is what I wanted to say. This war is going to expand further, and the coming times will be very, 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 very hard for us. So be prepared, my friends, my fellow mates, please be prepared. The cost of living will rise exponentially, and people will lose jobs like anything. So I can only pray. So let me now switch back to Hindi. तो मैं अंत में यही बोलूंगा, आप भगवान पे भरोसा रखें, भगवान का नाम लें, भगवान का स्मरण करें। केवल भगवान ही है जो हमें बचा सकते। मेरा इरादा, मेरा मैं आप लोगों को डराना नहीं चाहता था, ना मेरा कभी उद्देश्य रहा है, लेकिन जो सच है वो बोलना भी जरूरी है। तो आप लोग अपना ध्यान रखिए, चीजों को समझिए, घबराइए मत। जो होना होगा वही होगा। जाको राखे साइयां, मार सके ना कोई। बाल न बांका कर सके जो जग भी बैरी होए। तो कुछ नहीं होगा, भगवान अगर हमारे साथ है तो कुछ नहीं। और जो होगा वो होगा, अगर भगवान की इच्छा से हो रहा है तो होगा। तो शांत रहें, निश्चिंत रहें, और इन नेताओं के चक्करों में ना पड़े। कोई भी नेता हो, किसी भी पार्टी का नेता हो, कोई छुटभैया नेता भी हो, तो भी उस पर विश्वास न करें, क्योंकि सभी लोग इसी संविधान, इसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की कसम खाएंगे। और ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है ये हमारे विरुद्ध है, ये किसी को न्याय दे नहीं सकता। ये सिर्फ झूठे लोगों के लिए बनाया गया है, एलिट्स के लिए बनाया गया है। आप देख ही रहे हैं, हर हफ्ते आप न्यूज़ देखते हैं, किसी बड़े रईस बाप के बिगड़े बच्चे ने शराब पीकर गाड़ी चलाकर इसको ठोक दिया, इसको मार डाला, उसको मार डाला। कोई एक भी जेल गया? कुछ हुआ? किसी को सजा हुई? नहीं हुई। आज तक यही नहीं पता चला कि सलमान खान की गाड़ी से जो 6-7 फुटपाथ पे लोग मरे, वो गाड़ी कौन चला रहा था। हुँ? और काला हिरन का शिकार जिसने किया, वो कौन था। तो ये सब ड्रामेबाजी चलती है भारत में। सब कुछ आंखों के सामने होता है और कुछ न्याय होता है, कोई न्याय नहीं मिलता है। लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को गैंगस्टर घोषित कर दिया जाता है, सलमान खान सुपर हीरो बन जाता है। तो भारत में ऐसा ही है भाई, पैसे के दम पे सब कुछ चलता है। खैर चलिए, मैं प्रवचन नहीं दूंगा लंबा चौड़ा। सॉरी, सॉरी, सॉरी। तो जयराम जी की जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे।